All right, so looks like someone's getting ready to swap out the snow boots for some flip-flops. Miami, huh?
Huh? Mm.
Lucky you. We're going to take a deep dive into this city,
Okay.
not just the typical beaches and mojitos.
Yeah.
We're going deeper than that.
Yeah.
Using the stuff you sent us
Yeah.
from FlightNHotels.com and that Exploring Miami doc, it looks really awesome.
Right.
Think of this as like your ultimate guide to unlocking the real Miami,
Mm.
from like its Art Deco heart to some seriously amazing foodie spots that most people don't even know about.
Awesome. Yeah.
And hey,
Yeah.
if we can like help you snag a good deal on your trip along the way,
Mm.
even better,
Yeah.
right? Always a plus. What I find really interesting about Miami is how it's always like reinventing itself.
Mm.
It's not just a place to chill. It's a place to be like surprised,
Yeah.
challenged even,
Yeah.
maybe even a little overwhelmed by all the energy. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate all that.
Totally. Okay, so let's start with the obvious, right? Miami Beach.
I mean, you got those like pastel buildings and the turquoise water. It's
Yes.
classic, It's classic for a reason.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
South Beach can be a bit of a scene.
I hear ya.
Personally, I'd want to find a quieter, less crowded stretch of sand.
Oh, yeah. If you want that relaxed vibe, you can actually head north.
Oh,
Within Miami Beach itself, North Beach and Surfside are much more like low key, perfect for actually reading a book instead of, dodging selfie sticks.
right. It's all about balance.
Exactly.
And speaking of balance, I'm kind of obsessed with Art Deco architecture
Okay.
and Miami's Art Deco Historic District. That's like stepping back in time.
Oh, yeah.
Over
Yeah.
800 buildings.
It is.
But is it all just a facade, or is there like real depth to this architectural movement?
There's actually a surprising amount of history packed into those like pastel facades. Remember the Great Depression?
Yeah.
Well, Art Deco kind of came about as a symbol of hope and optimism during that time. Those sleek lines, geometric shapes, they were all about progress,
Right.
looking towards a brighter future.
Okay.
And the Art Deco Museum there, it really dives deep into that whole social and cultural context.
I see.
It's not just pretty buildings, it's a whole story.
That's what I love, uncovering those hidden stories.
Right.
Okay, let's switch gears completely.
Okay.
Little Havana.
Right.
Now, I'm all about those like vibrant murals and that infectious Cuban energy.
Yeah.
But beyond the cliche, what are some must-do experiences that really capture the essence of this neighborhood?
Okay, let's get specific. Skip those generic tourist traps and go straight to Ball and Chain
Okay.
on Caliocha.
Calle.
They've got live music, authentic mojitos, and a history dating back to the 1930s. That's the real deal.
Hmm.
And if you're into like craftsmanship, watching a cigar roller is like mesmerizing.
Oh, wow.
It's dying art. And Little Havana keeps that tradition alive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold. Now, from the like lively streets of Little Havana, let's transport ourselves to a lavish Italian Renaissance villa.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but also a little confused. Tell me more about this Vizcaya Museum and Gardens.
Okay, so picture this. It's the early 1900s. This industrialist, James Deering, decides to build his dream home in Miami.
Okay.
But not just any home. We're talking 34 rooms, 10 acres of gardens, overlooking Biscayne Bay. It's a ridiculously opulent escape from, like, the industrial north.
Wow.
And today, it's this window into a lifestyle most of us can only, dream of.
Okay. That's quite a contrast
Yeah.
from like historical opulence to modern day street art.
Right.
Let's talk Wynwood Walls. I've seen pictures. It looks like an explosion of color and creativity.
Yeah.
But is it just an Instagram trap, or is there substance to this art scene?
Wynwood Walls is definitely Instagram worthy.
Okay.
But it's more than just a pretty backdrop. It's actually like a carefully curated outdoor museum featuring artists from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Shepard Fairey. Yeah.
Guy who did the Obama Hope poster.
Yeah.
He's got a massive mural there.
Wow.
And it's not just about the art itself. It's about the revitalization of a whole neighborhood. Wynwood was a bit, rundown.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's this thriving arts district with cafes and breweries and boutiques popping up everywhere.
I love that. Art as a catalyst for change. Okay, so we've done beaches, architecture, Cuban culture, street art.
Right.
What about some nature? I hear Biscayne National Park is pretty special.
It's not just special, it's unique. You've got coral reefs just a few miles offshore, mangrove forest, teeming with life,
Hmm.
and even these hardwood hammocks that feel like something out of like a prehistoric jungle.
Wow.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Biscayne National Park is facing a real threat from rising sea levels.
Mm.
Those like delicate ecosystems, they're literally on the front lines of climate change.
Wow. That's a sobering thought. So it's not just a place to enjoy, it's a place to protect.
Right. Speaking of enjoying,
Mm.
what about some family-friendly fun? Is the Miami Aquarium worth the hype? I'm
Hmm.
picturing dolphin shows and maybe a little cheesiness.
There's definitely a wow factor with the dolphin shows.
Yeah.
But let's be real, it's also a chance to learn about these animals
Yeah.
and the challenges they face in the wild.
Hmm.
This aquarium plays a role in like marine conservation, and they do a good job of blending like education with entertainment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little cheesy but also worthwhile, especially if you have kids.
Okay, that makes sense. So from
Yeah.
dolphins to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Tell me about this Miami Museum of Science and Planetarium.
Okay.
Seems like there's something for everyone there.
You've got interactive exhibits covering everything from physics to biology, a planetarium that transports you to like the far reaches of space,
Cool.
and even a wildlife center with birds of prey and reptiles. They managed to pack a ton of learning into a really fun experience.
Nice. All right, I'm adding that to my list.
Yeah.
Now, I need a break from all this excitement. Is Key Biscayne truly the, like, tranquil escape it's made out to be?
Key Biscayne is a different pace entirely. Imagine like pristine beaches like
Oh.
Grandin Park, where you can actually hear yourself think. And then you have the historic Cape Florida Lighthouse,
Okay.
which has been like standing watch over these shores since the 1800s.
Wow.
It's history, nature, and tranquility all rolled into one.
That sounds like the perfect, like, antidote to all the Miami buzz. And of course, no trip to Miami is complete without experiencing its legendary nightlife and dining scene.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Where should our listener even begin?
The options can be overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Miami. There's something for every taste and budget. If you're looking for that classic South Beach scene, lovey nightclub at the Fontainebleau,
Okay.
that is like the epitome of Miami glamour.
Okay.
But if you're more into like craft cocktails and a chill atmosphere,
Yeah.
Wynwood's the place to be.
Okay. And when it comes to food, don't just stick to, like, the fancy restaurants. Explore the local neighborhoods and you'll find incredible Cuban, Haitian, and, like, South American cuisine.
Ooh, all this talk about food is making me hungry.
Yeah.
And I bet our listeners feeling the same way.
Right.
But before we get like carried away with planning our dream Miami feasts,
Yeah.
let's talk about how to actually make this trip happen,
Yeah.
without breaking the bank.
Okay.
And that's where FlightNHotels.com comes in.
Exactly. FlightNHotels.com is like having a personal travel agent in your pocket. They compare prices from hundreds of airlines and hotels so you can find the absolute best deal.
Okay.
And they offer exclusive discounts that you won't find anywhere else.
Nice.
It's the ultimate tool for planning a budget-friendly Miami getaway.
All right. I'm convinced. We've covered so much ground already.
We have.
But trust me, we're just getting started.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to our Miami Deep Dive.
Okay, so we explored some amazing spots.
Yeah, we did. Like from the Art Deco elegance of South Beach
Yeah.
to that vibrant energy of Wynwood Walls.
Right.
But now,
Okay.
let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Like, how do you actually navigate this sprawling city? I mean, Miami's pretty spread out, right?
It is, yeah.
So what are our transportation options? Is renting a car, like, a must? Or are there other ways to get around?
That's a good question. Renting a car definitely gives you like ultimate freedom,
Yes.
especially for like day trips to the Everglades or the
Oh.
Keys.
Yeah.
But honestly, Miami's public transportation is better than most people think.
Okay.
The Metro Rail is surprisingly efficient, especially for getting from the airport to downtown or South Beach.
Okay.
And then there's the Metro Mover,
Okay.
which is a free
Still lifting up.
elevated train that loops around downtown. It offers fantastic views of the city skyline.
Free is always good.
Right.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a taxi. Right. Miami taxis,
Yeah.
they're kind of iconic, aren't they?
They definitely add to the whole Miami experience.
Yeah.
But those fares can add up quickly.
Yeah.
Ride-sharing services like your Ubers and your Lyfts,
Yeah.
they're generally more affordable
Yeah.
and readily available throughout the city.
All right.
Plus, you can like easily estimate the cost before you even get in.
Okay, so we've got options.
Yeah.
But what about safety?
Okay.
Miami's got a bit of a reputation,
Right?
What are some things our listeners should keep in mind to stay safe, but, still have fun?
Well, Miami, like any big city, has its challenges.
Right.
But honestly, the biggest risk for tourists is probably petty theft, especially in crowded areas
Okay.
like South Beach.
Yeah.
Just be aware of your surroundings.
Okay.
Don't flash your cash.
Right.
Use the hotel safe for your valuables.
Mm.
And yeah, like you said before, maybe skip those deserted side streets
Yeah.
late at night.
Okay. Common sense stuff,
Right.
but always good to be reminded.
Yeah.
Okay. This might seem like a random jump,
Okay.
but it's something I think about a lot when I'm traveling. Being a responsible tourist. It's not just about having fun. It's about respecting the place and the people.
Right.
What are some ways our listener can leave a positive footprint in Miami?
I love that you're bringing this up. It's so important. Miami's facing some serious environmental challenges like beach erosion and rising sea levels.
Oh, okay.
So simple things like using reusable water bottles, picking up your trash,
Right.
even choosing eco-friendly tour operators can make a difference.
Totally. And supporting local businesses is huge.
Absolutely.
Especially in a city like Miami.
Yeah.
Which has such a diverse culinary scene.
It does.
Speaking of which, we talked about those must-try restaurants.
Right.
But are there any hidden culinary gems that most tourists miss?
Absolutely. Have you ever heard of Virginia Key Beach?
Virginia Key Beach.
It's this historic beach park just south of Miami Beach.
Okay.
And it's got this amazing history.
Okay.
It was one of the few beaches open to African Americans during segregation.
Oh, wow.
And today, it's this beautiful, secluded spot. And the best part, they have this food truck rally every Friday night with all sorts of local vendors serving up everything from Caribbean jerk chicken to vegan tacos. It's a total foodie paradise.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a secluded beach near South Beach that's not overrun with tourists?
Yeah.
And it has a Friday night food truck rally?
Yeah.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Okay, maybe secluded is a bit of an exaggeration. It's not exactly a secret, but it definitely flies under the radar compared to the South Beach scene.
Yeah.
And trust me, that food truck rally is the real deal. It's all about local flavors, good vibes, and supporting Miami's diverse culinary community.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm adding it to my list.
Okay.
Now, we talked about Art Deco architecture.
Right.
What about Miami's modern art scene?
Yeah.
Is there anything beyond Wynwood Walls that's worth checking out?
Definitely. If you're into contemporary art, the Perez Art Museum, Miami, or PM, as the cool kids call it, is a must-see.
Okay.
It's this stunning building right on the waterfront. And the collection is top-notch. They have everything from video installations to large-scale sculptures. And the best part, they have this free outdoor area where you can just hang out, enjoy the views, and maybe even catch a glimpse of some manatees swimming in the bay.
Okay. Manatees in the city.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see every day.
Right.
Speaking of unique experiences, what about those who want to dive a little deeper into Miami's cultural scene? Any recommendations beyond the obvious tourist attractions?
Let's venture off the beaten path a bit.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Little Haiti Cultural Complex?
Little Haiti Cultural Complex.
It's this vibrant community center that hosts all sorts of events. From art exhibitions and dance performances to live music and even Haitian cooking classes.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a great way to experience the authentic heart of this neighborhood.
I love that. It's so important to celebrate the diversity that makes Miami so special.
Absolutely.
Now let's be practical for a second.
Okay.
Miami can be a bit pricey.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to accommodation.
Right.
Any tips for finding a decent place to stay without, breaking the bank?
Definitely. First of all, consider staying outside of South Beach. Neighborhoods like Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, even Wynwood offer more affordable options without sacrificing style or convenience. And here's a pro tip.
Hit me.
Look for boutique hotels or guest houses. Instead of those like big impersonal chains, you'll often get more character and charm for your money.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
It's all about finding those hidden gems, right?
It is.
Whether it's a restaurant, a beach, even a hotel.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered transportation, safety, responsible tourism, even some budget-friendly accommodation tips.
Right.
What else do we need to know before we wrap up part 2 of our Miami deep dive?
Well, let's talk about staying connected.
Okay.
In today's world, Wi-Fi is practically a basic human need, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Luckily, most hotels, cafes, even some parks in Miami offer free Wi-Fi.
Okay, cool.
But if you need to stay connected, like on the go, you might want to consider getting a local SIM card.
Okay.
Or renting a portable Wi-Fi hotspot.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's so easy to like take those things for granted.
Right.
Now, I'm a notorious overpacker.
Okay.
So I need some advice.
Okay.
What should our listener absolutely pack for a Miami trip?
Think light and breezy.
Okay.
You know, pack those summer essentials, your swimsuits, shorts, sandals.
Yeah.
And plenty of sunscreen.
Okay.
Miami's all about like outdoor living.
Yeah.
So comfortable walking shoes are a must.
Right.
And here's a pro tip.
Okay, hit me.
Pack a light jacket or sweater for those evenings when the like ocean breeze can get a little chilly.
Okay, I'm taking notes. So we've covered a lot of ground in this part.
We have.
Transportation, safety, responsible tourism.
Yeah.
Accommodation, even packing tips.
Right.
But we've only scratched the surface of what Miami has to offer.
Yeah.
In part 3, we're going to delve into some truly hidden gems.
Right.
Those unexpected experiences that will make your Miami trip truly unforgettable.
Get ready for some off-the-beaten-path adventures, local secrets, and maybe even a few surprises along the way.
Welcome back to like the final leg of our Miami deep dive.
All right.
We've covered like beaches and art and food, even how to like get around without losing your mind in Miami traffic.
Yeah.
But now I'm craving those like insider secrets, you know.
Yeah.
The kind of experiences that make you feel like you've really unlocked this city.
I like where your head's at. We laid the groundwork, and now it's time to like uncover those hidden gems, the ones that make Miami so special.
Okay, so let's set the scene.
Right.
It's the end of a perfect Miami day.
Okay.
Where should our listener go to like soak up those legendary sunset vibes?
Most tourists, they kind of flock to South Point Park. And don't get me wrong, the views they're incredible. But if you want to escape the crowds, head to Matheson Hammock Park.
Matheson Hammock Park.
They've got this like man-made atoll beach. It's a hidden oasis where you can actually hear the waves crashing.
Really?
It's the perfect spot to just unwind, maybe with a picnic and a bottle of wine as the sun dips below the horizon.
Okay, that sounds idyllic. But what about after sunset?
Yeah.
Miami's known for its nightlife.
It is, yeah.
But I'm not always in the mood for like a mega club, you know.
Yeah.
Any recommendations for something a little more like low key, maybe even a little bit romantic?
Ooh, I've got just the spot.
Okay.
Lagniappe.
Lagniappe.
In Midtown.
Sure.
It's a wine bar with like this New Orleans vibe. Think exposed brick, a cozy patio, and live jazz every night.
Oh, nice.
They don't even have a website.
Really?
It's all word of mouth. You go there for the music, the intimate atmosphere, and the feeling that like you've stumbled upon a true hidden gem.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like stepping back in time, but in a cool Miami kind of way.
Right.
Speaking of cool,
okay.
We talked about Wynwood's art scene.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling a little hungry.
Okay.
What about those like late night food cravings?
Wynwood's got you covered there too.
Okay.
But instead of like a sit-down restaurant,
yeah,
check out the Wynwood Yard.
The Wynwood Yard.
It's this outdoor space with like food trucks and live music and this communal vibe. You can grab a gourmet burger from one truck, a craft beer from another, and then just hang out under the stars. It's like a melting pot of flavors and people.
I see.
It's a true reflection of Miami's like eclectic spirit.
So it's like a street food festival meets a block party.
Yeah.
I'm so there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for something completely different.
Okay.
We've talked about Little Havana.
Yeah.
But Miami's cultural tapestry is so much like richer than that.
Oh, for sure.
Where can our listener experience a side of Miami that most tourists never see?
Let's head to Little Haiti.
Little Haiti.
It's a neighborhood that's often overshadowed by its more famous neighbor, but it's bursting with authentic Haitian culture.
Okay.
Check out the Caribbean Marketplace.
Caribbean Marketplace, okay.
Where you can find everything from spices and artwork to like voodoo dolls and traditional clothing.
Wow.
And for a truly immersive experience, grab lunch at Chef Creole.
Chef Creole, okay.
Their grilled, it's fried pork, and pickles, it's the spicy pelled vegetable, are incredible.
Okay, that sounds like an adventure.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about something that's always on my mind when I'm traveling. Budget. We've covered some tips for affordable accommodation.
Right.
But what about those like little expenses that can really add up?
Yeah.
Like coffee. I'm a caffeine addict and I need my fix.
Okay, here's a local secret. Look for ventanitas.
Ventanitas.
Those are those like walk-up windows you'll see attached to like Cuban restaurants all over the city.
Okay.
They serve the best Cuban coffee and it's super cheap. You can get a cafecito, which is like a strong, sweet espresso shot for like $1.
Wow.
And don't forget to try a pastelito. It's this flaky pastry filled with like guava or cheese. They're the perfect like on-the-go breakfast or snack.
Genius.
Right.
Authentic, delicious, and easy on the wallet. Okay, one last question before we wrap up this Miami extravaganza.
Okay.
What's the one piece of advice you would give to someone like experiencing this city for the very first time?
Don't be afraid to get lost. Miami is a city that rewards exploration. Wander down those side streets, chat with the locals,
Correct.
Try something you've never tasted before. The magic of Miami lies in those like unexpected moments, those chance encounters that make you fall in love with the city's like vibrant soul.
That's beautiful, and it perfectly captures the spirit of this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've gone beyond the typical tourist traps, uncovered hidden gems, and hopefully inspired our listener to create their own like unique Miami adventure.
Absolutely.
And remember, the journey doesn't end here.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and most importantly, keep diving deep.
And if you're ready to book that Miami trip, don't forget to check out FlightNHotels.com for the best deals on flights and accommodation. Until next time, happy travels.